Yeah. Can you hear me clearly out there? Y'all know what it is. Hey, it's the Status Podcast, coming at you Tuesday, 8 p.m. Tonight we got a show. We've been getting some momentum. I'm telling you, we getting up there, Mr. Flowers.
We coming out hard.
You know what I'm saying? We getting up there. We gaining some momentum, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm gonna try to stop saying, you know what I'm saying, so much. Somebody told me that they like, you keep saying, you know what I'm saying, but that's just, that's some of the ebonics.
Yeah, that's that hood talk. That's that street talk.
That's that ebonics. Hey, listen, I'm Mr. James Mack.
And it's the Shuntastic one, Mr. Flowers.
Yes, indeed. And we here at the James Mack Fine Jewelry Store here in Miami, Florida. Brickell, one of the best places. Y'all need to come check it out if you haven't already. Check it out. Tonight we finna act up tonight. We finna get some clips. We finna do our thing. I had to throw the flowers on. You know what I'm saying? I had to represent for Mr. Flowers. I had to throw the flowers on.
Yes, sir.
So listen here, tonight the show is about, and let me pull this up on the screen because it's important. All right. And tonight's show is about, now hold on, before I say that, check this out. Hip hop is real prevalent right now. It's been prevalent for quite some time, okay? So tonight's show, you understand me? We need to go back and review what's hurting the black people right now. What's worse for us?
40 years strong.
You know what I mean? What's hurting us right now? Because I know you had said in a previous show that rap music was the single. What was your statement again on that?
Well, basically what I said was that hip hop music was one of the most detrimental things to the black community.
Okay. So when you said that had me thinking too. I'm like, you know what? What's worse then? Because I know you had said something too, not too long ago. We put it on the clip, and you had said the young people listening to drug user music, we was listening to drug dealer music, right?
Absolutely. There's a vast difference between the two.
Okay.
And we're gonna break that down tonight.
We're gonna break that down. So like always, we're gonna go ahead and get our sponsor out the way. If you're looking to get into the jewelry business or you're having issues with your business, you better, get tight now because we headed towards a recession. It's a real thing. You see all these layoffs, you seen things getting tighter. So if you really want to, expand your business and you really want to do something better, or you want to get into the jewelry business and get into something that's probably a little bit more valuable than what you're doing now, then we create this class for you that you can take and learn A to Z how to get into the jewelry business. So let's go ahead and run this clip real quick. When we come back, we're going to get right to the business. Yeah. And we're back. And like I said before, if you want to get into the jewelry business, you want to start a new career or something, or if you're having problems with your own business, then you go to that website, www.prosperwithjamesmack.com. Now listen, this is serious. RIP Takeoff, I think he's part of what we're talking about now, you know what I mean? And unfortunately his passing was
it was an untimely demise.
Exactly.
A very unfortunate situation, with those two guys, because actually it was him and Quavo.
Yeah.
They got shot at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And of course, Takeoff was the one who had the untimely demise.
Yeah.
So big up to them. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people is kind of bad mouthing, Jay Prince right now.
Right.
But I don't know the full details, so I really can't talk about it. But but I'm sure Jay Prince wasn't the one that pulled the trigger. So you can't
Okay,
really, you
Jay
can't.
Prince Jr. Let's get that straight.
Right,
Okay.
right.
No disrespect to nobody in Houston. We just speaking our opinion.
I have a brother who live out in the H.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so I've been
Okay.
out there a couple times. You know what I'm saying? But it's hip hop is hip hop right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hip hop could be dangerous. What happened to the good hip hop when it was about wordplay and Wu-Tang Clan and Old Dirty Bastard and
Well, I think
Nas.
I think hip hop needs to go back to the origin.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, the origin was simply about party music.
Yeah,
right?
Party music, right.
And then of course it broke off from party music to teaching music. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you had the lyrical play for they was literally teaching the culture inside of hip hop.
Mm-hmm. Ron DMC and carrying on.
Right.
That was more part of the party music, right? The Ron DMCs and
the Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the origin starts. It doesn't start with, but they was the one that put it out in the forefront was the Sugar Hill Gang.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? With the hip hop, hippity hop. You know what I'm saying? So the hip hop. So that was the one that opened the door.
Right.
And then of course you had the Run DMCs to come and knock the door down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And of course after the Run DMCs and the Fat Boys and all of those guys, then you had the LLs. You know what I'm saying? Who came and just really just rung everybody's bell.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't until you got the leaders of the new school, you got the Stethosonics, you got all of those guys, the old hip hop had the Rakims.
Yeah, Rakim.
Which is the
that's teaching, right?
Which in my opinion is the true gate, it's the true GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Rakim, because it wasn't until Rakim came and hit that flow, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody just came after that and was like, wow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That birthed the Nas and everything.
That birthed everything after.
Okay, that birthed the Nas and everything. So we going from like the Ron DMCs and the Grandmaster Flashes and all, and we just trying to give y'all some history before we really get into this topic though. So that was more the lively dancing.
Right. That was the skating rink day.
Okay. All right. So we cool right there. Ain't nobody really getting murder. Ain't nobody getting killed.
The only fading you was doing with that kind of music was breakdance.
Okay, so you fade somebody on breakdance or you can dance.
You was dance battling. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't throwing no hands. Okay. You was dance battling.
Ain't nobody got no guns, but that's the beginning, the very, very beginning of the dope boy or the dope dealer or the dope era. Right, that's the very beginning of.
Well, that was the pre-stage of the dope boy era, because from that birth, MC Hammer. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Hammer came and just flooded the gates. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop,
you can't touch this.
Hip hop was Hip hop was the thing in New York and those. The Connecticut's and the Northeast. Yeah. But then Hammer came and knocked the doors down. You know what I'm saying? And put hip hop in cartoons and put hip hop everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because Hammer had a dog.
Hammer was so you had Hammer, you had NWA.
Hammer was the Drake.
He was the Drake of the time. But then you got Ice Cube and them.
That's when the game changed.
Okay, so.
Now hold up, back up.
Okay.
Because we in Miami and we cannot leave out Uncle Luke.
Okay, Uncle Luke them. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because Uncle Luke them and you had the Boys and Clan and you had in Atlanta you had MC Sade.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But we didn't have, what we trying to really say is we didn't really have no dangerous music. Like everything was like light and
everything was popping. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, you was popping and locking. You know what I'm saying? You was trying to learn all the latest dances of that time.
Right.
Because the girls wanted the guy that could dance. Back then.
Okay. Yeah. I remember that time around. I was still kind of young. But I remember that time.
Younger than me.
Yeah. So, yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a time where, second, third, fourth, fifth grade, you know what I'm saying? Well, not so much fifth grade, because fifth grade is when NWA them hit the scene.
Okay.
So Well, that was 1990, 89, 90.
That was 89, 90,
Yeah.
80 something.
So
Okay.
So the Two Live Crew and the Lukes.
Yeah,
and
that
the
was
Sade. You know what I'm saying? We was Bankhead Bounce, all that stuff way back when.
okay. So that was still good music. You ain't really no killing this. All about having sex. It's about trying to get big booties.
You was trying to back. You was trying to
see.
You was trying to get up on it.
Pop with it. You know what I'm saying? You going to the parties, it's cracking. They got the music.
Yeah.
I'm from the Midwest, the top of the Midwest, so we got the house music. The
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was stepping. You know what I'm saying?
With a bat, beat that. You know what I'm saying? So it's light music. Ain't nobody tripping.
And then in DC, Baltimore, you had the go-go, you had the EUs doing the button, sex ass.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you had all that stuff going on.
So that was light. Everybody was chilling, but on the back end of all that,
you had the NWA.
Not even that. On the back end of that, we got crack starting to hit the scene heavy, right? We got welfare starting to hit the scene, right? We have low income housing, a new program, you know what I'm saying? Rent assistance, you feel me? All this is now hitting the scene, you know what I'm saying? So people are still having a good time, right? But then they going to fill out for, rent assistance, and they, you know what I'm saying, losing their jobs and everything, and crack hitting the scene.
Well, a lot of people give NWA they give them the credit for the I guess you would say the bad boy era or the ushering in of gangster music, but really you have to go before NWA. Okay, you really have to go to Ice-T,
Too Short. Short. You know what? Now that we talking, Too Short was. I almost want to say Too Short was part of the dope dealer era. I feel like Too Short was like the beginning stages, because that's what he was talking about.
He was talking about pimping.
He was talking about pimping and dope.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Your mama probably at the crack house smoking a crack pipe.
But you got to think, even if you look at the what's that show Snowfall?
Okay,
that was during that time. That show is the premise of that show is set in that era. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so because it's really based on, of course, old boy down here stole his name. Yeah. The one that owned the chicken wings and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Now the one that got the Holyfield old house. I can't think of what his name is right now.
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
Okay.
So that show is basically a story that's somewhat fabricated, but it is based on Rick Ross's life.
Okay. The real Rick Ross.
Okay,
understood.
And so that is that time period when Too Short and all that stuff, and Ice-T and all that stuff.
He said, I put that on a big fat bag of weed. You know what I'm saying? Just getting
right.
You know what I mean? Okay.
And so with that being said, that is the true ushering in of gangster music.
So that's when, because Too Short itself, he started smoking crack at that time, right?
I don't know if he was smoking crack.
He dipped a little bit. Yeah, he got in there, and then you got Gangsta's Paradise.
Well, that was
Coolio.
That was Gangsta Paradise.
No, that was that was MC8. Gangsta's Paradise, Coolio or MC8?
That's Coolio.
Okay, that's Coolio. R.I.P. Coolio. Yeah.
But MC8, all that stuff was like that was after, that was during like the Pac era.
Well, no, because I remember, because I used to play that MC8 back to back. That MC8 and that Too Short was in my tape. That was in my tape deck.
Oh, that joker said it's Walkman. He was back there listening to his Walkman with the Too Short on. I got
and that MC8 was going back to back.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now I because MC8 popped off right before Menace to Society.
Exactly. That's what we getting in. Now we finna get in, but go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but Menace to Society was post Straight Outta Compton.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, right.
And so Straight Outta Compton hit the scene, and all those songs, Straight Outta Compton, Fuck the Police, all that kind of stuff. All that stuff hit the scene, and then folks started coming out. MC8, MC Breeze,
MC Breeze,
Tupac, you know what I'm saying, Tupac, because Tupac,
Okay.
You know, E40 was even in that
Boom,
mix.
E40 was coming through. So let's get a timeline. So now we talking 89.
We talking 90.
We talking 89, it's 90.
Because NWA hit around late 89.
Yeah, late 89, 90.
And they flooded the gates until like 91.
Yeah, about 91, because that's when, you had In Living Color. Man. Things getting real hip hopish. You got In Living Color, you got Martin. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Martin,
right.
So you getting into some, you know what I mean?
So
and Colors, the movie Colors was like the first gangster movie, right?
Colors.
That was that was ushering in the gangster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it started getting real.
And then of course, once NWA hit the scene, then you start having the folks on the East Coast start hitting the scene.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because of course they were into the Poor Righteous Teachers. They was you know what I'm saying? What was that group? With MC Search and the white guy MC Search and his partner. I can't remember third base. So you got third. So you had all that third base. Yeah. Then you had, you know what I'm saying? Then you start having Busta Rhymes.
That's when Busta started.
That's when they broke loose. You know what I'm saying? Because you had Tribe Called Quest and all of them.
Yeah, they was making some good music.
But they was teaching them.
They was teaching. They was making some good music. They was They wasn't talking about no drugs. They wasn't even talking about really selling no drugs. Right. They was talking about like, uplifting yourself and, kind of like, but it was hip hop.
But that was the music that predated NWA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then once the NWA hit the scene and gangster music popped off the way that it did.
Right.
Then you start having groups on the East Coast start going gangster.
So now we in the early 90s. Now we in the early 90s. Wu-Tang Clan, Method Man. Right. We in the who we dealing with at the time? We dealing with Scarface.
But Scarface is South. That's Houston.
But I'm saying that's when everybody started.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying. But that's what Ghetto Boys.
Ghetto Boys. Okay.
You know what I'm saying. So you start seeing it because at the time.
Yeah.
Of that. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was pretty much the as far as gangster is concerned.
Right.
That was it in the South. And then after you had Ghetto Boys, then you had my boys 8 Ball and
so hold on
and 8 Ball and MJG.
Before you go forward, I wanna help the viewers out with something. So because Rap a Lot, we just spoke on Prince, Jay Prince Jr. So Rap a Lot, for people that don't really know this, that's when they really was doing their thing. They was the record label when Ghetto Boys was touching down and then they started bringing out other artists. But really the first one that's come to mind would be Ghetto Boys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bushwick Bill, you know what I mean? All the people that's doing their thing. Scarface.
That's when the South started having something to say.
That's when like other than Cali with Spice One and you know what I'm saying?
Man, he said Spice One.
Yeah, Spice One and people like that. That's when that South started, because the East Coast was still on Timberland boots and tagging trains and you know what I'm saying and talking crazy.
That's when they got grimy.
Right.
That's when they got gutter.
So can we say that's when the dope really hit the scene? That's when crack really
by 90, 91, 92.
That's when
it hit by 89, but it 89, really was flooded by 91, 92.
91. So now we got Scarface and them. Now we got, you know what I'm saying, all these different people that's coming out and really, really coming gangster. And the reason why they coming gangster, because they coming gangster about drug dealer issues, right?
Right. So that was the birth of the dope dealer music.
Okay. So we talking 91, 92. That's when the dope dealer music start to really come, then that's Too Short brung out some new albums.
Right. And so that's when you got the movies, you know what I'm saying? Because of course, everything moved in phases. So NWA hit the scene, then you start having the floodgates of drug dealer music hit. Like I said, the South, the East, the West, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, it wasn't really nobody in the Midwest at that point. making any kind of noise.
Wasn't nobody making no noise in the Midwest.
In the Midwest, not at that time.
Okay.
You know
well, hold on. Let me see. 80. So we early 90s now, right?
Right.
Yeah, wasn't nobody really too much making no noise.
Not from a hip hop standpoint.
Not
because
from a hip hop
standpoint. In that time period, you had Kels who was out.
You had Kels
who was public announcement at that time.
Kels
and he was writing for Aaliyah and so forth. So Kels was doing his thing at that point.
Doing his thing. My mind's telling me no. Yeah, Kels was doing his thing.
And so that's a whole nother trend though, because that was the R&B scene, and that was, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was a whole nother. Yeah, that's a whole nother way. So we can't even talk about that right now.
We sit at the kitchen table writing love letters.
Yeah, that was. It was a lot of babies getting made right.
You know what I'm saying? Time. And so but that was the birth. Because you had Jews, you had Minister Society, you had Boys in the Hood.
So let me stop you right there. So along with those,
you had Nino Brown, you had New Jack City.
New Jack City. Who was the soundtrack for the New Jack City joints?
Who was the soundtrack?
Yeah, like who what music was that around it?
That was your boy Teddy Riley and his sound. New Jack Swing.
Don't sweat the technique.
Yeah.
Who was that like damn, I can't even. I'm sorry about that, y'all. We should have did our homework at least on that particular because I can't even think who was the soundtrack for like New Jack City.
Well,
Don't Sweat, wasn't that Rakim? Don't Sweat the Technique.
Yeah, that's Rakim.
Wasn't that part of the soundtrack?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we wrong, leave us something in the comments. You know what I mean? If we wrong, leave something in the comments.
But New Jack City, the soundtrack was done by the New Jack Swing, which was Teddy Riley.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and
cool.
So you had Guy, of course.
Yeah.
You had, you know what I'm saying? And Teddy Riley is the one who did the show from Slick Rick.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so and Dougie Fresh.
Okay.
And so all of that right there, that New Jack Swing, that was the Teddy Riley movement. So that's the name New Jack City. You know what I'm saying? Because Teddy Riley is from New York.
So then at that time we got Busta Rhymes in the scene. He coming with the wildness.
Oh yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan is out. They doing their thing. Nobody's, you getting money off drug money.
You got
buy
Onyx.
what you buy. Onyx. You moving drugs. They moving drugs, but they're not really talking about they moving drugs, right?
But they. I heard someone say, I think it was LL.
Mm-hmm.
We come from that. Matter of fact, I heard Uncle Luke say that too.
Okay.
We come from that.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that.
Right. We know they was moving drugs down here
because we don't want to. We don't want to discriminate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not finna talk about that and be putting all my business out on the record, which is what they are doing now.
Okay. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We about to get into that.
And so, yeah, you know what I'm saying? There was some smooth cats back in the day. They knew better, you know what I'm saying? Because there is the length of time that you can talk about something before you get referred.
Yeah.
What's
statutes of limitations?
Yeah, the statutes of limitations.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna talk about it until the statute of limitations is over.
Okay. So now we coming up on 94.
Now
Pac
is the big. Pac and Big is the biggest thing at this time.
And let's not forget about, and I may be a little bit off right here. Nas wasn't really talking about no drug dealing though. Nas still talking about.
Nas was teaching, but Nas was also talking about his past, and Nas come from that past.
Yeah, but they wasn't really putting it out there.
Big was talking about it.
I'm gonna get to Big
and Junior Mafia.
10 Crack Commandments. I'm gonna talk about Big in a second. 10 Crack Commandments. He gave you the blueprint. Okay, but hold on, let's rewind, because we want to get this thing step by step, so when people run this back, they can understand where we at today, right? Because we throw a statement out there and say what's worse to our community, drug dealer music or drug user music. You got to know the history.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
And this is the plug.
Okay.
The transition between the party music and the drug user music, in my opinion, was that switch that was made to turn on the buffoonery.
Okay. What switch is that? What switch is you speaking of?
The switch that I'm speaking of is the switch that the industry saw how powerful that hip hop was.
Okay.
And still is.
Okay.
That they said, you know what? Let's capitalize on this movement.
Right.
And let's point it in the direction that we want it to go. So, let's not sign those who are doing the teaching anymore.
Let's teaching.
Let's sign these individuals who's going to put out the drug music, the drug dealer music.
Okay.
The you know what I'm saying, and the defamation movement. Okay. So that's when, because prior to that, they was dancing, they was, you know what I'm saying, throw that D and all that kind of stuff. Uncle Luke,
Humpty,
you know what I'm saying, they were doing the Humpty dance. Salt and Pepper was pushing it and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
You know
they were talking about more about sex.
Yeah, you was talking about sex and all that kind of stuff. But it wasn't until the drug music came along that you start degrading women.
Okay, so let's start right there, because we don't want to get too head apart, okay? So then we got Pac, he talking about Brenda got a baby. He's still talking good talk, you know what I'm saying? He talking about decent talk, you know what I mean?
But he was getting around. The next single after that was I Get Around.
But still it wasn't grinding. He was talking about, women and all this here, right? Because he got confronted on that. So we got him, we got the East Coast, they coming with the hip hop, Wu-Tang coming again, they popping off.
But what I'm saying is, I don't mean to cut you off, my brother. But what I'm saying is, the bitches and the hoes wasn't as prevalent in the music until that movement came about.
Okay, we finna get to that. Well, I'm guiding you along. I got you, because you a hip hop expert. So check this out. Okay, so
I ain't gonna say I'm an expert, but I am a connoisseur.
Hey, you went through it. You went through it to get to it. So check this out. So so now we moving right on. So now let's be around 95. We got Living Colors. We got, that's popping hard, like I said before.
95 is not the prediction.
Go ahead, go ahead.
But 95 and Living Color had been passed and gone. 95, we are strictly on Martin. In 95, we are on Martin, and we on Def Comedy Jam.
Okay, Def Comedy Jam, Martin. I think we had we probably
Living Single,
okay.
And all that.
We had Queen Latifah. She was coming through with the jams, right?
Right, because we missed the whole.
We even had Shaq at the time. At that time, that's when Shaq dropped his little.
Shaq was Shaq food. You know what I'm saying?
Shaq was dropping some heat too.
But you know what I'm saying. But we skipped all over the house party and all that kind of stuff.
Now
but we there
because they ain't really. That was party music.
That was that movement.
Okay, so then this is my thought. This is my thought. Around this time, I feel like things really, really took a turn when Master P came out.
No, things took a turn for what?
So when Master P dropped and he started releasing his music, that's when things kind of So we got when Minister Society dropped, and you had those artists on the Minister, Brother Lynch Hung, we got Brother Lynch Hung, but then when P around the same era, when P dropped his music, when P dropped Bought It, and he dropped that movie, I'm Bought It, I think things kind of took a turn right there.
It took a turn, but it took a turn in the South first because we got it first, and then it didn't catch up because you got to think Master P actually went on tour with Tupac.
With Pac, right?
You know what I'm saying? And so Pac hit first. Pac and Biggie them hit first.
Yeah,
blew the scene up. Right. Everything was, you know what I'm saying, thug life at that point.
Right.
So, and then of course. Then P came along, and once P hit the scene, like you said, it was a done data.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? And so P came and changed the game, and P was putting out music, you know what I'm saying, and putting out an album like every month or every other month.
So let's look at it because I remember it vividly. You know what I mean? It had to be like 93, 94, no more than 95. Pac had died. Master P just blew up. Boom. So when he dropped I'm Bought It, And I remember seeing that.
That doggone ice cream man was the coldest thing on that album.
Ice cream man. That was all about selling drugs.
Yeah.
Then he followed it up because I don't think it wasn't a movie that glorified drug dealing other than
Minister Society.
No, not that Minister Society.
Boys in the Hood.
I'm About It.
Juice.
Well, Juice was a little bit before all that. Juice kicked it off, but all them rest of them in Society, Boys in the Hood, I'm About It, like all that really was that music that had us.
That was the soundtrack. That was the soundtrack of our time.
Let's go get them istos.
Right.
You got a sack of what? Because Master P was talking about selling dope.
Yeah, he was New Orleans all that.
And nobody really had let's keep it real, nobody really had no visuals.
Calio projects.
Nobody really had you got Men's Society movie and Boys in the Hood movie, but they wasn't really about selling dope. At least Boys in the Hood
was.
That's what I say. At least Boys in the Hood wasn't. Men's Society was a little bit, but they wasn't really showing you. Man, when I'm About It came out, brother, that man was at the spot, bro. But when I'm About It came out, that changed the game. That changed us into drug dealers.
I wouldn't say that changed us to drug. Well, it changed the masses. And again, I have a different perspective because I'm from the South, right? And so, because UGK, 25 lighters on my dresser, yes sir.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you had UGK that was telling you about that game.
Yeah.
You definitely had 8 Ball and MJG telling you about that game.
That then was next up, right?
No. That was pre Master P.
That was around the same time, brother.
No, Master 8 Ball.
8 Ball and MJG
coming out hard.
Coming out hard was around the same time.
Came out right at 91, 92.
That's what I'm.
8 Ball and MJG actually was on like album number 2 or 3.
They could have been.
They were space age pimping by the time
they
P
were space
came
age
out.
pimping, and that's what I'm saying. At least if you in your 40s, or in your early 40s, or in your late 30s. That's that era where things kind of changed.
Yeah, that was
you
it.
know what I mean?
That was it.
You trying to get some candy paint, you trying to get some Vogue, some Honey Spokes.
You drip.
You know what I'm saying? Or some wires. You trying to get your seats gutted. Where did you get all that from?
Right. You was getting all that from the visuals that 8 Ball, MJG, UGK, even them boys out west.
It's just like candy.
You was getting the visuals from the video.
That's what I'm saying. And then P came. And now they cooking up work.
They just,
A-Ride, shooting at the police.
C-Murder, big up to C-Murder.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Master P, you is responsible for the drug dealer music, bro. You know what I'm saying? Single-handedly, bro. Cause 8 Ball and MJG, they came with the drug dealer music, but it was more laid back, bro.
They was talking more pimping.
They was talking pimping.
Cause they the Memphis boys, so they was talking about more pimping. You know what I'm saying? Than they was talking about both of them. You know what I'm saying? Cause 8 Ball was a D boy,
yeah,
but MJG was the pimp.
But they wasn't really hardcore telling you to go get no work. And
well, you ain't listened to the albums all the way there.
Man, I used to. What you talking about? Man, that was the music. It was only a couple albums that was really going. Master P, MJG and 8 Ball,
UGK.
You had Sir Mix-a-Lot. See, that's all that drug dealer music.
Mix-a-Lot, he was more party.
You got Sir, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Sir Mix-a-Lot, come on, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Like, well, he was talking about party. No, he was DJ. I see the wordplay though, but he was talking about party.
So also, and I don't mean to do this at this time right now, but a Rap-A-Lot, Rap-A-Lot is responsible for the drug dealer music too. Swab House, when they started coming through, and all them brothers,
Swamp House,
they was talking about moving kilos.
Yeah, 8 Ball
they was talking about moving
and then of course Taylor came along, and then of course
they was talking about moving.
But whoa, you got it. You can't leave out your boy 3-6.
3-6, who was that?
3-6 Mafia. You can't leave out your boy 3 6 Mafia.
What was the earliest song? Because they didn't really come with nothing until late 90s.
No, but the 3 6 Mafia was hitting about 95, 96. They was in that 3 6 Mafia was in that Tupac, like right.
I don't really feel like they would hypnotize minds. Yeah, they was hitting, but they wasn't really.
Because by 96, 97, you start having Project Pat.
We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. We've been to get to that.
But 3 6 was on strong by 94, 95.
Yeah, they was coming with some, but they wasn't really telling you to go get them birds.
Oh, they was already chicken heads back then.
What? Yeah, that was it. Yeah, what? Chicken. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't really telling you to go get that work. That was Master P.
Yeah, well, Master P changed the brand of the game. Master P actually changed the visuals of the game.
Yeah.
And Master P was literally running the music business like he was running the dope game.
Right.
Because he was putting work out. You was getting your resupply every month.
Right.
And he was just hitting you with work.
He was hitting you with the work. Okay, right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's what P was doing. And see, P had the deal that nobody else have. He had a distribution deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so
he flooded the streets.
That was your first independent artist.
He flooded the streets with that work.
Right.
And everybody that was on the label was talking about that work.
Because he even changed the way the packaging looked.
And killing. They was talking about killing. They was killing so many people.
Oh man.
In the they was killing so many people in the movie.
So when Goody Mob put out that song, They Don't Dance No More.
All right.
All they do is this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was that whole fade. That was that whole Master P.
Yeah.
Hot Boys.
Okay.
That was that whole gangster movement. You know what I'm saying?
So let me
even talk about Goody Mob, because they were talking about their work too.
I ain't really hear them talking about that work. I think that, and I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, leave a comment or put some, we got some comments now. Put some.
They was teaching, but they were talking about their work too.
They was really teaching, bro. Anything that was coming up out of Atlanta,
because I remember
early on, bro, it was some good music, bro. Everything that was coming out of the ATL, Goody Mob,
because listen to Outkast's first
album. That was good music.
It was good.
That was good.
And listen, again, I am from the South. My father's people is from the Grange, which is southwest Atlanta, right? It's southwest of Atlanta. So, tech homes, all that kind of stuff. That's where they was hanging out at. Yeah. Period homes, tech homes, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is Outkast's first album.
Okay.
Slanging Cadillac Doors and all that kind of stuff. They was talking about the hood. They was talking about that work. That was Outkast's first album.
Right.
And Goody Mob's first album was really the prerequisites or the presetting of trap music.
I don't feel that, bro. I can't agree with you on that one.
You got to go back and listen to it.
I used to run it back to back, and I felt like
I'm in my head at that time.
I feel you. I feel like at that point they was giving you something that you can. They was giving you some soul.
They was giving you some news you can use, but they also was giving you the news that you can use from that platform.
Okay. We're gonna let you have that one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if anybody go back, listen to that. You need to anyway, because that was that good music.
It wasn't until the second Outkast album that they changed the whole way that they did things.
Okay.
Like that's when 3000, you know what I'm saying, changed his name to 3000 and started doing that outer space, alien, all that kind of stuff. So that was the second album.
We don't want to just go off of myths now. I got some lyrics right here. You feel what I'm saying?
Do your thing, bro.
Yeah, so Master P. All right, Master P, make him say, nah. See, that was part of that new music, right? So my man said, I'm down here slanging, rolling with these hustlers, trying to get real of all you haters and you busters, stepping on code, breaking nose in the project, anything goes. Breaking fools off cause I'm a no limit soldier. At ease, now salute, then pass me the dozer. we was rolling up them things like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We was like, oh boy, you better go get you a sack, boy. I don't know what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at once you run that, I'm telling you that. Body, the movie changed the game.
Well, yeah, you know, and I'm not disputing that.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying, it was at that time, man, you was knee deep in it. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I go back to, you know, what I stand on the fact that, NWO them, Ice-T them, opened the door, NWA them knocked the door down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then of course Pac and Big just opened the floodgates. But what, you know, and then of course now you have to go back to Snoop. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. We need to go back to
Snoop. You got to go back to Snoop. You know what I'm saying?
But Snoop wasn't really talking about selling no drugs though.
Snoop was on some pimping stuff.
He was on pimping,
but he was also on that weed and on that gin and juice.
He was on that. So you know what?
Snoop been smoking weed since he came out.
We might have to put Snoop in the drug user category. Because he wasn't really talking about no killing. He wasn't really talking about no drug dealing. He was talking about pimping and smoking.
Yeah, but so was A-Ball and MJG, and so was you know Master Peter.
But they wasn't really. They was talking about getting lifted too, but they wasn't. Yeah. Okay. All right. I got you on that.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And so when I use the phrase, we was on dope dealer music, and they're on dope user music.
Yeah,
it's two different things. Okay. But a lot of people, you know, weed is legal now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, you know, smoking weed is not that. You know, of course, you know you have your medicinal purposes, but of course, you got your recreational purposes.
Yeah.
But when I talk about the drug user music, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking about that's when them ecstasy pills and them perks and all and that lean and all that stuff came, you know what I'm saying, came into play. And of course, when it comes to that promethazine, you got to talk about DJ Screw in Houston. You got to talk about your boy, aka Chad, aka Pimp C. You know what I'm saying, over in UGK.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. So Houston is who started that whole promethazine.
Hold on, we getting ahead of ourselves though. We getting a little bit ahead of ourselves because they ain't really that serve didn't really take. They was actually Screw music.
Yeah, DJ Screw.
But we didn't really know what Screw music was.
Well, I did because I'm from the South.
Yeah, you from the South, but I'm talking about in general. Screw music and listening to it slow because you offer the lean. That wasn't really a thing.
I was about 9th grade, 10th grade when that lean hit the scene.
That wasn't really a thing though. Wasn't nobody sipping no lean.
But the music was out because
still wasn't nobody. That was a Texas thing.
That was a Gulf Coast thing.
Because even them they wasn't drinking no lean, bro.
Mystical them was on that lean, cuz.
They probably would, but it wasn't from a Midwest guy from up north. We wasn't even thinking about no lean because that wasn't even accessible yet. Wasn't nobody having no lean.
But from an industry perspective, they were.
Okay, from an industry, they probably was just getting on it, but nobody really was.
Everybody's hitting at that time. The majority was hitting that weed. It was hitting.
Yeah, it was hitting that
blunts.
weed. I mean, we heard about the lean, but that wasn't. I never seen at that time. I never knew nobody that was doing it. I was trying to figure out why the music was so slow. We could never get hip to it because we had Twister and the music was fast.
And see, y'all was on it. See, wasn't nobody doing that fast stuff except for y'all in Chicago.
Now you wrong for that.
But it's the truth.
No, that ain't the truth. It is because the truth. Why Twister was with Rap-A-Lot?
Twister, but where's Twister from?
That's not what I'm saying. Is let's go back and listen to the music.
Hold up. The first couple people who did hold up.
Ooh, you got me out right there.
The first people that you knew of that did that fast music, like the fast rapping like that, was Twister, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah, okay.
And it was another group, and my homeboy used to listen to them all the time. Golly, it was another group. It was a country group.
I got you.
But they all it was 3 groups. Yeah. And Twister was, I believe, the first. And no, I think Bone Thugs and Harmony was first.
Bone Thugs No, Twista was out before Bone Thugs, bro.
Yeah, I don't.
Bone Thugs.
Somebody go in the comments.
Yeah,
check
hit
us
the
on
comments on that. But Bone Thugs really wasn't talking about no drugs either, though. I don't really know what they were talking about now. They were talking about killing.
They was high.
They wasn't really talking about nothing, though.
They was on some poverty shit. But they were speaking so fast. I didn't really know what the hell they were talking about. But it sounded good. It sounded good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? But of course, the biggest hit was, of course, the Crossroads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And first of the month,
right.
You know,
so that was a crack. That was a crack song. That was dope dealer music.
You know what I'm saying? But they was on and Twista came out with a group first.
Yeah, Do or Die.
Because I remember we used to pitch pennies.
Well, not people. Do or Die. No, that was a different group.
He was with Do or Die, wasn't
he? I think that was his group. That was his group, or something like that.
Yeah, because we used to pitch the pennies at people because they had their album or their CD rather was a penny.
Right. So Do or Die, Po Pimpin', all that. They wasn't really. They was talking about weed smoking and stuff like that, but they wasn't really on the. You know what I'm saying?
But we brought them up because all I'm saying is and the groups that I called out.
Yeah.
Do or Die, Twista, and Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Okay. Yeah.
Midwest. Only people that was doing it at the time.
Sir, no, sir. I'm sorry.
At the time, the only people that was doing it.
This is why I'm telling you, because they were signed with Rap A Lot. They was with Rap A Lot.
But it doesn't matter who they were signed with.
Come on, y'all got to leave something in the comments. Who is telling the truth here?
It doesn't mean I could be Luke singing booty music, but signed with Dre in California. That doesn't mean that me being a Floridian. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm signed with Dre out there in California, that don't mean that California is doing Buddha music. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, yes, Twista, because Bone Thugs and Harmony was signed to Eazy-E.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But they was from Cleveland.
Okay.
Twista from Chicago.
Okay.
They were the only one, but outside of the other group, and I don't remember the name of the other group. And Lawrence, if you're listening, because I know you watched the show, please leave in the comments. Who the other group was, because he used to listen to that group all the time. But Twista and Bone Thugs and Harmony, Midwest.
Okay, all right. I ain't gonna argue with you about that. Okay,
you know
that's what somebody in the comments gonna say you right anyway.
And then after them, then everybody else started doing copycatting them because it was selling albums.
Yeah, it was selling albums,
and it sounded good.
Yeah, what? Do you want to ride in the backseat of a cab, chopping up to do it? Man, that was good music. You wasn't thinking about killing nobody off that music, and you probably was thinking about rolling up some, but you know what I'm saying? We rolled up something in the car. You had
to be high to hear what they were saying.
We had the windows all up. We were smoking the whole car, pass out, call the ambulance, all type of stuff. Anyway, okay. So now we got P. P started that drug. Master P started the drug music. The revolution of the drug user music and drug dealer music. Excuse me. All right, now we're gonna fast forward. Now we getting into the early 90s. Now we got, the early 2000s, late 2000s. Now we got Young G. First of all, let me go back to Biggie, because Biggie really was the one from the East Coast talking about selling drugs.
You had him. You had you had DMX. You had him.
I don't think DMX really was talking about.
DMX was out by.
He was talking about robbing cats.
Well, you had the Locks.
The Locks was probably doing a little something on the drug dealer tip. They wasn't talking about no drug dealing.
Man, did you go back and listen to Ghostface? And go back and listen to ODB. Go back and listen to doggone. It's so many of them. I can't name them all.
I used to be a hip hop head when I can't really picture them talking about selling drugs.
But as from the group perspective, they was on some Shaolin stuff.
Exactly.
From a individual perspective, Ghostface Killer, you know what I'm saying, the other ones, they was all of them was on some other, on some other shit outside of the group. They was always on some Shaolin stuff because that was their sound.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they were talking about some stuff in there.
Yeah, it was probably something in the sprinkle.
They was, you know what I'm saying? And plus, all of them got on the album with Biggie and talked about that thing too.
Yeah, okay. So then we get into now we starting to get into people is really getting caught up with drugs. We got the the crime bill. It's getting serious now. Now we get into, people actually picking up them sacks for real.
Well,
right?
that's when, you know what I'm saying, and I being from the South, I have to take ownership of, well, not me personally, but the South have to take ownership of the new crave.
Okay.
Because round about 99, 2000.
Okay. Yeah, we're in 99, 2000 right now.
That's when everybody was trying to sound like the South.
Okay. Yeah.
You know
it was
what I'm
a
saying?
switch, right?
And so that's when Weezy, aka,
hold on, don't go there yet. Don't go there just yet. I got you. Not yet. We need to talk about Jeezy.
Well, Jeezy came out after 2000.
Matter of fact, let's go there.
Because
so
you got
we
T.I.
gotta go back.
You got to go back because T.I. came out first.
Hold on, we skipping over something that's very important. We got Master P, right? He ushered in the drug dealer music, right? Shortly after him, around the same time, and I didn't want to get there
Cash
yet.
Money.
That's what I was about to say.
You got to go to Cash Money. You got to go to them Hot Boys.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I was about to say. And the Hot Boys really brung the drug
user
music.
They ushered in the drug user music.
They brung the drug user music. Even though they was talking about, a little bit of killing, a little bit of dealing, but that's when things started to take a turn.
Well,
on the user side. That's hard to say, right?
Because I remember, you know what I'm saying, back that thing up, and I remember BG, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember, of course, Juvenile. You can't leave Juvenile out. You know what I'm saying? And so, and Turk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I remember being before the world got hip to the Hot Boys.
Right.
We was jamming to the Hot Boys back in 96, like 95, 96.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That was early.
And then, of course, the world got hip to the Hot Boys like 98-ish.
Right. That's early.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, but with Manny Fresh, you know what I'm saying? With them being under Manny Fresh doing the beats and stuff at the time. Yeah, they was on some they was on some party hood type stuff.
Because they coming off the backs of
Master P.
About it. You know what I'm saying? So they just coming into, they bringing more of the,
but they brought more of the flashy stuff in, like the bling bling and all that kind of stuff.
But see, which is at that point, that's drug dealer music, because they like, you know what I'm saying, we got this off of, you know what I'm saying, dealing drugs.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
It really, I have to, and the reason why I say I kind of have to disagree with that is because it wasn't until, and what I was getting ready to go into, and that probably is a little early in this conversation.
It's all right.
It wasn't until Wayne broke off and went to himself.
I knew you was gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? That we gonna get, because I think. Go ahead, brother.
No, but and I don't want to skip over the other. I don't want to skip over the actual birth of trap music with T.I. Because I remember when I came home from, I think it was Korea, my brother here in Fort Lauderdale was bumping T.I. and I was like, who is that? You know what I'm saying? And so my little brother introduced me, because of course I was out of the country. Yeah. But my little brother is the one that introduced me into the T.I. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then of course, after T.I. then
hold on, wait, bro. Wait, just slow down. I got you. Slow down. We gonna be done with the show.
No, we ain't gonna be done.
So we need to go back. We need to go back to Wayne, right?
Right.
Because I was thinking about this earlier. I'm like, man, who really started us thinking about drug using, right?
Wayne.
You know what I'm saying? So it was Cash Money, right? Because when you think about it, P&M, they was talking about selling drugs. Right. You know, they weren't talking about using drugs.
Yeah, they was killing them. They was killing cats.
You need to have a spot. You need to get you a spot. You need to get you some guns, and you need to sell some drugs.
I'm the Colonel of this fucking tank.
So you have
the big rims. I'm at the big bank.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And then he brought that movie, and that movie just so then they came with the Hot Boys, right?
Right.
And that was a kind of like a spinoff off of
Hot Boys. They on fire.
You know what I'm saying? That was a spinoff of I'm Body.
Well, it's the same, Calio projects and the projects that Weezy them from.
Yeah.
They're not too far away from each other. So the sound, in New Orleans, the sound is the same, but they came with a different flavor. So that's all, because they was kids.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say kids, but they was younger, much younger,
right,
than P and Murder and Slim was. You know what I'm saying?
So now we into the violent music. It's violent because they talking about get you some guns, get you some drugs, you know what I mean, and all that. But Juvenile and all that, they was bringing out some music. It wasn't positive music, but it was decent music and all that. So then, but that's when they start with the, a little bit. That's when the ecstasy hit the scene a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember being in the club. Well, actually, not in the club, but I remember being a teenager, 16, 17. Before I graduated high school, I graduated at 17, so 15, 16. Mm-hmm. We used to have this little what they call it teeny bopper clubs now.
Okay.
But we used to have this function around to the Boys and Girls Club where all the teenagers in the city used to come to the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay.
And we used to literally have the gym full of teenagers dancing and so forth. And I remember vividly during this time period that soon as certain songs came on, we had to shut it down because all they would do was fight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so, and of course you could smell the weed smoke.
Yeah, that's when
that's when everything was popping off at that point.
The cigarillos and all this here.
And so and I graduated high school in 97. So you're talking 95, 96. You know what I'm saying? 95, 96s.
Yeah, that's when it kind of started,
Everything was popular. I mean, that's when thug music was at its boiling point. Because I don't care what you played in the club.
Right.
And I don't care if you was at the adult club or you was at the teeny bopper club.
Okay.
Soon as certain songs came on, you knew it was going to be a fight.
I got it. Yeah, I mean, it was rough, but you get that. I got a diamond on my wrist. You know what I'm saying? So that was that music that make you want to go sell some drugs. Like I gotta go.
You know what I'm saying? So you had certain songs that as soon as it came on, you just knew.
Yeah.
And so you either had some knuckles, or you had some rapid fire.
So then here we go. We in the 2000s, right?
Right.
Now that's when we got Young Jeezy, the Snowman.
Yeah.
We got the Snowman hit the scene.
He used to have that song that I used to always make fun of because it sounded like he talking about he wants some lemon pepper wings. Like lemon pepper wings in the freeze pop.
Yeah, we got the Snowman hitting the scene, right?
Right.
And they talking about strictly selling drugs.
Oh yeah, it's nothing but
it's kilos,
snowflakes,
and you get the visuals with it, and they trying to move drugs. Then you get the Pimp C in them, right? At that time,
they was already
But I'm saying at this time, it's like Jeezy, Pimp C. It's back and forth. It's you know what I'm saying, pocket full of stones. You know what I mean?
Pocket. Well, I think you got your. I don't mean to
help me out. No, I might be.
But pocket full of stones was early 90s.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But I mean that
pocket full of stones was around about the time that 8 Ball MJG was playing that thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you still got people playing that.
But I'm saying like at that time when Jeezy was coming out talking about this music, and I can't even think exactly what songs was out that Pimp C and them was having going on, but UGK and them was doing a thing at that time coming with that music. They was coming with that music too, because I remember him dissing, my man's them about what they were saying. You feel what I'm saying?
Because he was saying that how could you be rapping about stuff and telling on yourself at the same time?
Exactly.
Right.
And then we started to get the 50 Cent. Right. We coming with the 50 Cent now. Now 50 Cent bringing another type of music. He bringing some feel good music too at the same time. He had a little bit more consciousness in his music.
Well, you gotta 50 Cent's era was more quote unquote, and I hate to use this word, but I'm gonna use it anyway. But he was talking about partying and fucking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in that same vein, you know, that was when Unreasonable Doubt was going on.
Okay, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z, he talking about drugs.
So Jay-Z wasn't talking at that point. Jay-Z wasn't talking about nothing but selling
He talking about selling drugs.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, you know, you got Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah.
You got, you know, it was a couple of other brothers up east. That was you know, from Philly. Right. You know, on his own you got Meek Mills.
You talking about Benny Siegel?
Yeah, okay. You got that whole, and then of course Ja Rule first album, he was talking about that thing too in his first album.
I don't know, Ja Rule was kind of on some love music.
Not at first.
I got to go back and check. I got to go back and check.
Ja Rule's first, and then of course you got Mobb Deep, you got all them brothers. You know
they wasn't really on drug dealer music though.
They was on some slanging that thing.
They was like in the middle. I feel like they wasn't really like pushing the drugs.
And then of course you got Junior Mafia. You got all them guys.
They wasn't really, you know, it really wasn't an emphasis on dealing drugs.
Now the only person that I can say that I can recall, and of course you know music was my thing for a long time, was Mace.
Okay.
Even though his name before they cut it simply to Mace, you know, was Murder Mace.
Okay.
But when he got with of course Bad Boy was primarily about partying anyway.
Okay.
So Mace, you know what I'm saying, took it from, you know, the big drug music, you know, and so forth to the party music. So that's, you know, they started trying to clean it up and go back party East Coast. Right. But you already had the formula, because like I said, early 2000s, mid 2000, like 2000, 2001, 2002.
Okay.
Up until about 2005.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had the bulk of the music was coming from Wayne them.
Right.
Eminem.
Yeah.
And 50 them.
Okay, 50 them, yeah.
And then you had Jay-Z.
Okay, yeah.
That was your breadwinners in the game at that time.
So at this time,
by 2001, 2000, that was the vein of the music coming out at that time.
And so when I look at all that, you know, you got the J's, he was talking about drug dealing. 50 was kind of like giving us stuff. He was giving us some inspirational too, because I know I had to play that 50.
But he had to play that thug stuff too, though.
Yeah, I had to play that 50 a couple times. Like that 50 got me through some time. So you got that 50. You know, you got I think that last Biggie album was kind of rotating or something, wasn't it? Around that time.
He was, the last Biggie album, because I remember up there hard going to prom.
Yeah.
So that was about 97.
Okay, so we need to, okay, never mind that then. So
no, I missed one. Yeah. Nelly.
Oh yeah, Nelly. Yeah, but he wasn't 91.
really. In 2001, 2002, Nelly was popping at that time.
But he wasn't talking about he wasn't really on no drug dealing.
He was on some nursery rhymes.
Yeah, he wasn't really.
It was hot
Down,
though.
baby, down.
Because you was rocking the hell out the band.
Yeah, no, that's cool, but it wasn't really like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but that's what was those artists was who was popping at that particular time.
But when we talk about drug user and drug dealer music, they ain't drug dealer or drug user.
You had out west, you had the south, and you had a couple of cats up north that was talking.
Yeah, then you got Death Row. They was on some violence. They was on some, you know what I'm saying? They trying to kill people. It wasn't really no good music. It wasn't really no drug dealer music or no drug user music, except for Snoop.
Death Row was pretty much done.
Yeah, okay.
About 98, 99.
So let's get right to it then. We got Jeezy. He talking about, he going in. He talking about drug dealer. That's when everybody trying, you know what I'm saying, move keys and all this here. You know what I mean? You got 50 Cent. He ain't really talking about that. But then we got Wayne, who really started bringing that cup, right? And then you got You got like Slim Thug, and then you got like Paul Wall and them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They bringing them cups. You know, Chameleonaire. You know, that's what really started on that. You know, put something in your cup.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what I'm saying. Now, the whole. You know, that's why I say that as a Southerner, I have to literally take ownership of being from the South. We actually were the ones who actually started the whole drug user movement because, you know, like you said, you know, everybody you see now is pretty much a copycat of Wayne.
Okay.
And then of course, you know, like you said, you know, the Paul Walls and and all of those guys, Chameleonaires and so forth. You know, that lean, you know, once that lean became popular and nationwide, it has, you know, they're just now, well, really, they're not putting it down, but, you know, at this point, that's the drug of, you know, or it used to be the drug of choice. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then, of course, 2004, 2005 is when ecstasy hit the scene.
That's when it really hit the scene.
Then you start using, you know, people start using the perks, right? You know, you know, and all that, all that good stuff. Right. You know, I don't know all the different drug titles because I don't do drugs, but that's when all those different pills,
the pills start hitting,
start touching down, and then of course once all the pills start touching down, that's when you start getting the Karate Kick effect sound going on. The ad libs is what they call.
So now that's still Jeezy. That's 3-4-L. That's you know
Migos.
Now we they had no,
because Migos are the ones that really the ones at that point. Migos set the all that sound effect stuff
they
on.
came with the sound, but we talking 2004, 2005. Right?
You talking about from 2000? You know I want to say about from 2006 to now is you know where has the music gone?
Now let's get to that then. Let's get to that. So we got people like Little Uzi Vert. All right,
there's so many different littles now.
Yeah, but we finna get into people that people know. So we got Little Uzi Vert.
Okay.
All right, we just finna get right to it. There ain't no sense of wasting no more time. Check it out. I don't know what so this is the change in the lyrics, right? Because you know you used to have them lyrics where you get the, you know, life is hard, you know, it's a 50 cents and everything. But now we talking about, I took a white bee to Starbucks. That little bee got her throat up. I like to rock out. I'm a misfit. My emo bee like her wrist slit. Curly hair bee like I'm Corbin. Got like 3 bees. I'm Mormon. Skeet on your main bee's forehead. Don't want your pee, just want the head. This is Little Uzi Vert.
Right.
Okay. This is Tour Like 3. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that, brother?
What did he say? Because he didn't say nothing.
He said something. He
didn't say nothing worth listening to.
He said
but you know, I'm not high. So you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? And maybe if I was high, or maybe if I was, you know, in that particular lifestyle, maybe
you was high, that'll probably sound good.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe it sound good to you.
I'm sure it sound better with the beat, but this the real lyrics.
I mean, but what did he say?
We got Schoolboy Q. That's a newer rapper. You know, he kind of like outdated at this point, but Schoolboy, he wrote a song called Dope Dealer. Right? Okay. My man say, I'm in my new clothes. Now drop it for me a bankroll. I'm looking like a MF dope dealer nigga. Where the H's, where the blow. I'm just a dope dealer. Paper in the paper bag. I'm a dope dealer. Yeah. B to beat his. I'm a dope dealer. F your homies and the police. I'm a dope dealer. Couple diamonds in my rollie. I'm a dope dealer. Got the plug on the duty. I'm a dope dealer. Better buck. Your auntie know me. I'm a dope dealer. This is new music. This the new music. That's the lyrics of Dope Dealer by Schoolboy Q. What's your thoughts, brother?
Listen, man. Listening to those two interpretations of the songs, I can see why. I can literally see why we got our women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing what they do.
Yeah.
Because I guess that's cool now. You know what I'm saying? Right. I guess those two songs, I'm sure those was two popular songs.
Yeah, very popular.
You know what I'm saying? But what did they say?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'm just I guess quote unquote old head now. I don't know.
Okay, you an old head.
You know,
right?
Maybe I'm an old head now.
Yeah, because they young kids probably like, you tripping. He went hard. He went crazy.
Okay.
He went crazy on
you know, I remember
talk about it.
And maybe because, you know, things are digital now.
Yeah.
And you literally can't go, you know, I remember buying an album, listening to a tape, listening to a CD, and having to and the lines were so cold.
Yeah.
You played it back to catch what he said.
You played it like some of that 50, that old 50, some of that, you know, some of that.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me do you a favor. Let me go back. Let me just rewind. Okay, because we got some of the new lyrics, right?
Okay.
So let me rewind it and because we don't want to, you know, put the you know, the new stuff against the old stuff too bad. So I'm gonna say some of this Jeezy and see if this resonate with you. Okay. This he said, we don't talk on phones because it might stick. Gotta play for the 7, call it Mike Vick. Dirty birds, nigga. We play for them Falcons. Know some niggas in Decatur that play for them Falcons. Talking young, hungry niggas eat your whole plate. Jeezy placed the order, niggas eat your whole face. You got me, Mr. Scrooge, all up. Jump out and hit you with the switch, lead up.
That's kind of like what you just said the first two times.
This is a little bit more lyrical though, right?
I mean,
but it's so bad, ain't
it? What did he say?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so maybe because I'm older now, and because I'm not saying that the young kids now aren't mature.
Okay.
But the way things resonate with me now, it's different than it was when I was, 16, 17, 18,
Right.
And so I don't know. It's just at this point, where has music gone?
Well, I'm gonna tell you where music going right here. This is Extension. The man said
foreign snitch.
Extension. No, not 6ix9ine. This brother got killed. He said, I think this Extension. He said, one of them. He said, this the chorus, by the way. He said, foreign suicide, wrist suicide, neck suicide, car suicide, door suicide, don't commit suicide, say no to suicide, suicide, suicide.
I want to commit suicide just listen to that. I mean, seriously,
that's crazy, right?
You know what I'm saying?
So how can your kids actually listening to that on a daily basis?
And how many times count how many times he actually said suicide?
Oh my God! Right? No, this is the real lyrics.
I know
these niggas gonna kill themselves. They see me stun, huh? These gonna kill themselves. They see me stun. Please, nigga, don't kill yourself. Say no to suicide. Don't die on me. Say no to suicide. Don't. That's the chorus.
So you said all them suicides.
That's in the song, verse, brother.
And then in the chorus is don't. Oh man.
Yeah.
And then you wonder why so many kids nowadays are committing suicide because they're listening to stuff like this.
Exactly. So we'll take it back though. We gonna okay. What was we listening to then? Here go that 50 Cent Many Men. The man said sunny days wouldn't be so special if it wasn't for rain. Joy wouldn't be so good if it wasn't for pain. Death gotta be easy cause life is hard. it'll leave you physically, mentally, and emotionally scarred. This is for my on the block twisting trees and cigars. For the is on lock doing life behind bars. I don't say only God can judge me because I see things clear. Quick these give my black butt 100 years. I'm like Paulie in Goodfellas. You can call me the Don, like Malcolm by any means, with my gun in my palm. Slim switch sides on me, let niggas ride on me. I thought we was cool. Why you had to lie, homie?
Well, that's, you know what I'm saying, I can get with that, even without the music, because the words alone said something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is the gentlemen, the women said something in, you know what I'm saying, from 2000 back. They were set 2003-ish, and back they were literally saying something in the raps.
Yeah,
and even today, some artists are still saying something in their raps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the vast majority ain't saying a damn thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not saying nothing. All they're doing is polluting the minds of the individuals who's listening to them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's and suicide.
Yeah.
All I heard when you was reading the lyrics to that one song was suicide.
Yeah.
Kill yourself. Suicide.
Yeah,
that's all I heard.
Curses. That's curses, right?
You know what I'm saying? So you're really just putting a spell on these kids, or you putting a spell on these. You know what I'm saying? Because all
Let me knock on some wood. That's
you know what I'm saying?
And he dead.
But
he did.
So that's it. You know what I'm saying? So words are living things. Words are powerful.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? If you're speaking words,
right,
you're planting seeds, and when you're planting seeds, something from that seed has to grow.
Well, I hate I even read that out loud, man. That's bad news.
You know what I'm
bad
saying?
Music.
And so what we have to learn how to do is we have to know how to decipher what to listen to, right? We have to learn how to let it go in one ear and not the other. Because if you allow certain things to stick, then it, again, as I just stated, it has to grow somewhere.
Right.
Because you just planted that seed. If it sticks in your mind, it's going to develop whether you want it to or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So with with this music now, and it's getting even worse because now that's king. So let me put it like this: can you see how a record label would get behind and be like, yeah, let's push that?
Absolutely, because I know that I ain't gonna say I know, but I have a feeling of what the plan is. Right. And the plan is for destruction of our people. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And if the plan is destruction and you're rapping and talking about and just nothing but buffoonery and destruction. Right. Again, going back to what I just said a minute ago, it's going to resonate with somebody. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's going to grow, it's going to matter, it's going to harvest, it got to. Yeah. That's just the law of nature. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so once you poison enough of the garden, right, what's going to happen to the garden? Right. And that's what's happening to our people. We're actually literally being poisoned by these songs, by these things that's coming on television, by all, you know what I'm saying? We're being poisoned. Right. And so now that we're being poisoned, those weeds are coming up and choking the crap out the rest of the harvest or the rest of the crop. Yeah. Thus you having what we call black on black crime. Right. Thus you have, like what was that, yesterday? Where that kid up in Virginia killed them 3 other football players getting off the bus. Right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You never really heard of black mass murderers. Yeah. Up until now. The DC sniper, he was getting off. I was in there. I was up there. DC sniper. That ain't even a laughing matter. Matter of fact, that I can tell that was only because my daughter's birthday is Tuesday coming. Yeah. And her mother was pregnant with her during the time of the DC sniper. Okay. And she was she was working in the Pentagon at the time. Okay. and we lived in Frederick, Maryland.
Gotcha.
So we literally was scared out of our minds of her going to work every day because he was picking off people, and they literally found him at our exit.
I can't even lie. I ain't really been afraid of no serial killers.
And we was in the army.
Listen, I ain't never been afraid of no serial killers that I heard of.
We was scared.
But the DC sniper really had me like, man, I hope they don't catch me.
I was like, babe, don't you stop and get no gas.
The DC
matter of fact, you need to gas up before you even go to DC.
That was crazy.
You gas up before you go.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
So we getting to a point to where they know what this music is about, right? They hear it, and I'm just saying them, they know what this music is about, right? They understand the images and how powerful the image is when you see these people with these cups and you see these people popping these pills. They dying, they dying right now. A couple of the rappers died, overdose. So how do we combat this? Because it's almost to the point to where, you got people that actually worship the devil. They've been turned out to actually start worshiping the devil. Like the young kid, what's his name? The young boy that's a homosexual and everything.
It's my Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X, right? Straight devil worshiper. Even the boy, even the brother Little Uzi Vert. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he a devil worshiper, but everything he do look like he about that life. You know what I'm saying? So what are we supposed to do to keep this from, because I know it's some positive rappers out there somewhere. I know it's some good rappers out there, and they just, they ain't trying to let them, get on. I remember when Nappy Roots was doing their thing, they was having some good music.
Absolutely. That's what Anthony Hamilton come from.
You know what I mean? The Nappy Roots was having some good music. You can't hear nothing. You know what I mean? You ain't hearing. What's the one group? The Brothers. They was having some good music, man, and they stopped their music too. I can't even think of the name right now. They was having some real good music, and they got cut off. So what are we supposed to do, brother? What do you think is some of the solutions that we can do?
Well, first and foremost, as I'll always start with, we have to have a cleansing. And we have to have a cleansing of our minds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we literally have to reset our programming and the way we think. Mm-hmm. And I say this in many conversations that I have when we start talking about not just the young people, but people in general of today. Mm-hmm. One of the things I always tell people is we don't have no anthems.
Ain't no we don't have no anthems.
Like name a new song that is an anthem. You know what I'm saying? In the 60s and 70s, they had anthems. In the 80s and 90s, we had anthems. R. Kelly locked up now, so R. Kelly was writing and producing
I'm sorry to say it.
You know what I'm saying?
They knew what they was doing. R. Kelly was. Man,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't even want to go there. Get the show shut down.
Let's say this: if he did what they say he did, he deserves to be where he is.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't care about the show. I don't care about whatever.
What did he say they did though? We ain't gonna go there, but I mean, still allegations.
And I will also say, he don't need to be the only person in jail if he's gonna be in jail.
We gonna do another show on that.
Why ain't the parents?
We gonna run that back. That's another show. We gonna run that back. You know what I'm
saying? But let's come back home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We gonna get it. We gonna get on that.
But there's no anthem. You know what I'm saying?
Step in the name of love. I'm just saying.
But you know what I'm saying? World's greatest. I believe I can fly. God. You know.
They didn't want that music.
So. There's no anthems right now. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing waking anybody up. Like,
can I say this real quick?
Say it. What you got to say, brother?
Shout out to Kanye West.
Oh, now you're on Kanye team.
I've been on Kanye team. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying, we get shut down, but I'm just saying, like, Kanye always brought some uplifting music. that helped me out in situations. He brung that good music. Kanye brung that good music. I ain't never heard talking about killing nobody. I ain't never talk about him dealing no drugs. Kanye was bringing that good music.
Yeah. I can give you that one.
Kanye West was bringing that good music. That's why they don't want him in there either, because they want to bring that terrible devilment music. But Kanye West bring that good music.
They want to continue to over sexualize our women.
Yeah, I ain't really hear him talking about no women like that.
They want to continue to over sexualize our women.
Kanye West was bringing that good. He's still bringing that good music, but Kanye West early on, Kanye West was bringing that good music, brother.
They want to continue our black artists killing each other, or drug, but gang banging or whatever you want to call it.
I ain't never heard Kanye West talking about,
by the way, because Nipsey brought that real stuff too.
I ain't never heard Kanye talking about killing nobody.
No, Kanye was talking about fashion and money
in his music. You know what I'm saying?
And he was trying to give you a little Jesus too. You know what I'm saying?
He always kept a little Jesus in his music.
Yeah.
So there you go. The Kanye West is a positive rapper. Kanye West bringing positivity to our culture. Am I lying, brother? If I'm lying, put something in the comments. Tell me I'm lying.
You're from a music. Well, I'm gonna stand all day with Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe what Kanye's saying. Yeah, he might be a little outrageous with how he's saying it, but what he's saying is actually, the real.
Kanye West. So we got the Rockefeller. They was, Beans and all them. They was really coming with. They was kind of like. They was on it. You know what I mean? It wasn't really Jay-Z he just brung out a song talking about how he was selling dope.
Well, he's never been shy to tell you he was a dope boy.
He just brung out a song talking about how he's selling dope.
So my God did?
Yeah. Let's keep it real. And you know what? One of the pioneers of the drug user music is Future. Future is one of the pioneers.
Because he was the one pushing the pills. Yeah.
Future is one of the pioneers of the drug using music.
And I think that's
along with Wayne.
Well, Wayne and then Future. But I think that's also why and that's why both of them have so many kids. Because the female because the females think that that's sexy. You know what I'm saying? The females of this time think that that's fly.
Ain't nothing cute about being half dead.
Well, Wayne almost died at least, a couple times. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about Future.
I think Ross getting back a little bit, but Ross always still was talking about drug dealing versus drug using.
But he was talking about drug dealing, but he was showing drug using.
In the images?
But before, his near-death experience, he was always somewhere smoking and popping and all that kind of stuff. Ross was heavy.
He did talk about putting ecstasy in somebody's butthole.
You know what I'm saying? So he was on that. He was on that. But now he's on some quote unquote boss stuff because he got them chicken joints and he got that big old house. He got Holyfield old house.
So Future is the number one enemy when it comes to our culture and drug using music, except for the young kids, the young guys.
I can't even name how many people are corporates because just about everybody that comes out nowadays is a corporate to the drug user music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so nobody's hands are clean in the business at this point.
Except for Kanye.
Well, Kanye
is a positive brother. I hate to say it like that. I don't hate to say it, but I'm just saying.
Let me say, first of all, I just had a thought. We gotta back up because Eminem was.
Oh no!
Eminem
was what?
Was one of the biggest pill poppers.
Okay, yeah. No, you know what? Eminem, you number one.
And I'm not just saying Eminem, that. I'm not just saying that because he's the white guy.
Yeah.
Because we don't consider Eminem to be the white guy.
Who?
I call him a gray dude.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's white, but he's black in a white man's body. You know what I'm saying?
Eminem was
but
he was tragic to the culture.
But that dude, man,
He was just belligerent to the culture.
He was on it.
Yeah, he was on one for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And he was on it and on it.
Yeah,
you know
he was so dangerous to the culture.
But yeah, he was. You know, Eminem was one. Matter of fact, I would say Eminem predates Wayne.
For sure.
From the pill popping. From the drug user music perspective,
I don't know. Wayne got on that cup, and he just got to promote doing cups and all this here.
But Eminem was out when Wayne was talking about the block is hot.
Eminem was talking about blowing people's heads off,
and so
he was tragic.
Yeah, so Eminem, I will predate Eminem, and then of course once Eminem got
you were
on
no good. You was no good for the culture.
Then I gotta
say that. Weezy.
Then it was Weezy.
Yeah, Weezy, you need to turn them lyrics around. Come on, give us something good. Future, you tragic to the culture, bro.
I have always said, well, I ain't gonna say always said, but I've said a lot in you know, over the years. That if Wayne was a positive brother from the jump, lyrically, because I know of some of people that is cool with Wayne. Wayne is really a smart individual and a pretty chill, cool cat too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But had his lyrics and actions been in a more positive outlook or setting, imagine how many people he would have affected from that perspective versus the drug user perspective.
Yeah, Wayne, you was kind of deadly to the culture, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, kind of. Yeah. But number one on the list is Eminem.
Eminem, you know what I'm saying?
Eminem, you number one on the list, bro. You bogus to the culture, bro. Future, you bogus to the culture, bro. Migos, and I don't even want to go there because the brother passed away, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But y'all,
listen, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, Migos. I remember when they started blowing up because we was in Charlotte.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was in Charlotte, CIAA weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Remember they couldn't even get to the building. They was out there in the tent. And they had the whole tent, you know what I'm saying, standing room only out there in the tent. So it was, you know, I remember when they was blowing up, man. But yeah, the Migos, you guys are corporates too.
Kanye West, the best thing that happened to rap, bro.
Modern day rap.
Kanye West, the best thing that happens to the modern rap, bro. He's the most positive rapper, bro. Tell me one other person. Well, I mean, shout out to LL Cool J.
You got,
you know what I'm saying? LL always skipping 100.
What is his name? Lil Sean. You got.
Who was that?
Huh?
Who was that?
What's the cat name from Carolina, from Fayetteville?
Oh, you talking about J. Cole?
You got J. Cole.
No, shout out to J. Cole. Shout out to J. Cole.
You know, you got
J. Cole.
You got old boy from Compton. Kendrick.
See, I wanted to show. I gotta show Kendrick some love, but Kendrick, he also was a drug user music person.
Well, when he first came out, yeah.
You know, he's
cleaned his act up. To a degree.
I don't know, bro. He kind of like on the fence right now. Like he drug user, drug dealer. No, he got a little bit of violence.
And
in
then
too,
your boy
bro.
from the shop. The number 3 on what's his name?
Yeah, you talking about them ain't them brothers don't really.
No, it's one cat.
Yeah, I know you talking about. It's that's what I'm saying.
Chance
yeah, we can't really come up with a name like that. He ain't really he was under Kanye wing.
But he still was a problem.
So you got
cat.
you got Chance, you got the other skateboard dude, you got the other dude. They was all up on the
skateboard dude.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now, but they was all up on the Kanye wing. Them was all positive rappers. You feel what I'm saying? Then you got the nerds, you got, you know what I'm saying, all them dudes from Virginia.
Pharrell and all of them.
They was kind of talking about selling dope too. Well, at least the other dudes, the nerds, they was talking about some Jay-Z. You was kind of not good for the culture, bro.
Well, let's just say this. And so because you transitioned from drug dealer to drug user, now you have a culture that is dopamine. You know what I'm saying? They're numb.
They numb, bro. They can't even hear. All they can hear is the beat, bro. They not even hearing no lyrics.
So they're numb, and because they're numb, and you have this YOLO mentality.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You're living. You're not even really living. You're existing. You're not really living.
I thought Future was the worst rapper ever when I heard him, bro. He was the worst rapper ever when I first heard Future, bro. So bad for the culture, bro. I'm just saying, I got to keep it real, bro.
Well, from a perspective of a black man,
yes,
absolutely. I wouldn't say he's the worst rapper, but he's damn near close,
bro. That style was terrible, bro.
Well, what Jay-Z had,
and I don't want to
auto tunes, but the Jay-Z had the song "Death of an Auto Tune." So, and Future is an auto tune brother.
I don't want to disrespect the dead, you know, and so I'm gonna just say Young Dolph. I couldn't really, you know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna leave that there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna really go there, but you know what I'm saying.
Honestly, man, I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
A lot of the new rap, I can't get into. I don't even listen to the radio.
It's trash, bro.
I can't even listen to the radio no more.
All the new rappers is trash, bro. Period, bro. They give me when I'm riding in the car with my daughter and she playing this music, bro. I'm just sitting back listening to this music. Like all they talking about is killing themselves, killing somebody else, or doing some type of drugs, bro.
Right.
I'm talking about killing themselves.
Well, that's evidence.
Yeah. Killing somebody else or doing some type of drugs, bro. Or sex, or having some sex.
And based on those 4 topics, what do you see that's taking place today in today's society?
People killing themselves, killing each other, doing some drugs, and having sex, bro.
That's it.
Period. They ain't even dealing drugs no more.
Well, first of all,
they ain't even selling drugs, bro.
Well, first of all, marijuana's legal now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
What happened to the drug dealer music?
So the weed man is becoming obsolete. You know what I'm saying?
And that's so bad. I'm sitting here asking for the drug dealer music. So I'm like, where the drug dealer music at? Well, that's crazy.
And then not only is the dope man becoming, well, not the dope man, but the marijuana man, the weed man. Not only is he becoming obsolete, but ain't nobody really smoking. You know, do people smoke? Well, you know, do people smoke crack still?
Man, you know what? Now the saying "crack is whack" is truly it's truly the real statement right there. Like. If somebody, and there's some young people out here smoking crack, I think they didn't move it on to meth and stuff like that though. But if your parents or somebody in your family smoking crack, you gotta sit them down and be like, why is you still smoking crack? Like,
I mean, that's a question that I don't know, because I'm not in the streets like that, so I couldn't tell you if somebody's smoking crack or not. Yeah,
now they didn't moved on, but crack is
now they popping pills, right?
Right. So the crack dealers that used to be the crack dealers, now they selling pills.
Cause I don't, you know,
it's other crack is.
How many years you get now if they catch you with some crack or something? I don't know. That's what I would want to know.
I hate to find out. I hate for somebody to find out.
You know what I'm saying? But because you know, you don't hear about too many people whipping up work no more.
Yeah, the Jeezys, they still on the old music. They not talking about, you know, Ross and no. They
and then being here in Miami, I would expect, you know, because I know now.
Come on now. You know they still
blowing.
Yeah, they still doing it all.
They still blowing, but I don't know too many people that's whipping up their work no more.
Yeah, you in the wrong areas. You just ain't around the right people. It's definitely still moving and grooving all over the world. But
I know cocaine is still the thing. I know they're blowing because I know some people that's tooting, you know what I'm saying, on the regular. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They got their nose white all the time. But
well, I want to congratulate you right now, brother, and give you some kudos, you know what I'm saying? For not selling.
Listen, man, I've always been.
Since you know all these people.
Listen, man. First of all,
I know you're an entrepreneur and everything. So
first of all, I have way more to lose than the game by doing that. But I have to also say, coming from where I'm from and knowing who I know, I have always been scared to a certain degree to have that stuff on me at all.
Yeah, because the time we grew up, it's probably still people in jail right now from back in the 90s.
Right.
For having a ball or having a quarter or having, you know what I'm saying, an ounce of crack, they probably still in jail right now.
I got family members, man, I got family members that's been locked up. I got family members that's been on it.
Yeah.
I got family members that's been all up and through the dope game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And friends and associates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But me personally,
okay,
I just have never had the desire to want to do that to my own people.
So let's talk about that for a quick second.
Because I've seen the effects of it.
Yeah, and I want to examine that for just a quick second, because like the drug dealer music. Now, we don't want to glorify this, right? We want to set this straight. You know what I'm saying? The drug dealer music, even though it was an era where everybody was getting money, that single-handedly destroyed the Black community.
Absolutely. And so, just like the drug user music is destroying the youth and the people of today.
Right now, right.
The drug dealer music destroyed our generation because it not only put a lot of, like I said, family members, associates, and folks around us in jail, put them on drugs, but it also locked their ass up for a period of time.
It tore the family up.
Because Bill Clinton and Joe Biden wasn't bullshitting with that law.
Joe Biden just hurt the community. So it's funny to think. It's not funny to think, but it's crazy to think how they allowed the drug dealer music and that whole thought process to just ruin us like for more than 20 years, but through the 90s and the 2000s, you drug dealer, ruining the community, tearing families up and everything. Then when that kind of faded away, when people getting off crack, understanding out what the whole repercussions behind it is, now we get this whole wave of drug user music. So now everybody is the younger generation. So the older people is like, we ain't doing crack no more, we off of that. But the younger people is like, okay, now we the new drug users.
So think about it from this perspective. They used our generation to put the work out there, so to say. I'm using terminology now. Yeah. They used our generation through rap to put the work out there, to get you hooked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once you heard that first line, or once you heard that fancy line, or that first hook, or that first beat, you were hooked on hip hop. Right?
You the realest in the game.
Once you got hooked on the work.
Yeah.
Then you started, then you started hearing the work come out, and you started hearing the baser spit the raps.
Okay. I don't understand that. Can you elaborate?
So the drug user music.
Okay.
The drug dealer music.
Yeah.
I gave you. I put the. I'm using I as from a terminology standpoint. But the drug user music put the work in the hands of the kids, the teenagers, the next generation.
Yeah.
We put it in their hands. They then ingested the work.
Right.
Got high on the work.
Okay.
And now the high, junkie now, is spitting the music.
It's the junkie. Yeah. Right. So it's they didn't transition from where they tore up our community with the crack and everything to now they attacking the youth early and pushing this. Get on the pills, get on the lean, get on the smoke.
Because now the junkie is telling you how to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Versus the drug dealer saying, I'm getting money, be like me.
Imagine the crackhead.
Yeah.
Telling you how to live.
I didn't hurt. Somebody gave me some advice like that. Somebody was really set me down. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you how good this crack is. I'm gonna tell you how, you know what I'm saying, you need to take this crack.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put it in the I'm gonna fix it up.
Yeah.
Put it in a fancy package.
Yeah.
Give you that blue magic.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then let you, once I get you hooked on the blue magic, because I'm hooked on the blue magic. Once I get you hooked on the blue magic, now go be.
So check this out. It's another element that we have to add to this too, because back in the day when we was coming through and we was listening to the drug dealer music, it was only a couple visuals that went with that. You know what I'm saying? You had the videos, they was just starting to pop, but you didn't have access to the videos on a regular basis. Like you had to really watch the box or watch a program that showed you the videos.
Well, you had MTV and BET.
Yeah, but they wasn't really pushing like the hardcore stuff. You know what I'm saying? They would still had to be censored to a degree.
It wasn't. See 106 in Park.
Yeah.
And what was it? MTV.
Yeah.
I forget what their show was called.
MTV video. Yeah, MTV.
But you had 106 in Park who really pushed to the masses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The drug dealer music.
Right.
Then again, like I said, once I gave you the drug.
Yeah.
As a drug dealer music guy.
Yeah.
I gave you the drug, and now you're the baser, or now you're the junkie.
Right. So let me.
Now, you know what I'm saying? The second generation 106 in Park.
Yeah.
Because AJ and Freedom gave it to you.
Right.
Then Terrence J and the other girl, I forget what her name was.
Yeah.
Then Terrence J and his crew.
Right.
And Tigger and all of them.
Okay.
Now, hey, you run with it.
So that's what I want to take it from there. So that's what I was saying. So now we didn't have all the access like that. If you ain't really watching TV back in the day, you know, in the early 2000s, you ain't really.
Yeah, I ain't sitting there trying to catch all the videos, the top 20.
Yeah,
we had freaking Donnie Simpson, Video Soul.
Oh, right, Video Soul, stuff like that. The box, all
that was
this
at
type of
nighttime.
stuff. Yeah. So, but now they got this. They got the images, the drug user images. So now
they got it all.
It's right here every day. So now you see them popping the lean. You like, ooh wee. You see them, you know, with their cups. You see them rolling up weed after weed. You watching the Vlad interviews where they getting higher and higher, smoking back to back booties and all this here. So that influence is so powerful.
Well, you got not only do you have the drug now, but you also have the feeder.
Yeah.
And so and you know, I've never really done drugs. I can count on how many hands on how many times I smoked weed for in my lifetime. But that's the only drug I've ever done.
Yeah.
Complete honesty, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
But I do know people who smoke the weed,
right.
But they put a little something.
Yeah, put a little salt on the green.
So I said that to say, now you have, not only do you have the videos now, but now you have Instagram, Facebook,
exactly,
Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all of these things to put in the drug.
That's an extra drug on top of it.
Right. You lacing it now.
You lacing the drug.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now you lacing it with all of this attention and the drug.
Yeah.
And ingesting this thing. And now you just got somebody who is just so mind
gone.
That their mind is gone.
Yeah, because they doing the drug. They getting affected by the radiation of the phone. They looking at somebody else doing the drug. They trying to figure out how they can get higher to look like them right now, because they looking like they out of there. Because I done heard the young people that I be around. Ooh, they gone. They slap. They twisted. Ooh, I'm finna get. You know what I mean? Like,
it is so crazy to me when I see these gentlemen, young ladies,
right,
that is in their 20s, some in their late teens, that look way older,
toe up,
than me, and I'm 43 years old.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So these pills, this alcohol, because this Hennessy and all this other stuff that's going on, all this poison that's being ingested.
It's different now.
You know what I'm saying? It's just you know, the skin on these people. Yeah. The wow, man, it looks so crazy right now.
It's different right now. So, it's different right now.
You know, but again, they're lacing that drug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I have to give kudos.
Come on.
To your boy.
Who that?
Jerry Springer.
What?
Jerry Springer.
Let's get you
I'm giving kudos to Jerry Springer because Jerry Springer just came out and said that he apologizes because he feels he destroyed television because he was the one that created reality television.
No, let me help you with something, brother. He was apologizing to his Jewish community. Let's get that right. He wasn't apologizing to us. He was trying to apologize to his race and his community for how he made them look by him being Jewish. So let's you know what I mean?
But I mean, you know, but at least he took ownership of it.
He did, but he single-handedly destroyed. He also was another one that made our culture look so foolish.
Yeah, with the show.
And so stupid. You know, that was so disrespectful. He should be apologizing to the black. He should literally say to the black people, I want to apologize to y'all. No, he apologized to his culture.
Is he going to give us some reparations?
Nah, is he gonna give us
some of that money he made from model TV ratings? Listen, man, I remember Jerry Springer, especially like 94, 95.
Yeah,
Jerry Springer used to come on 3 times a day.
Yeah, that was in the 90s. Yeah, that was in the 90s. That's when it was terrible.
Listen, when I literally went to Atlanta,
Jerry,
to go because before I went to the military, I wanted to go to college. Right, and I went to DeVry.
Right,
and I remember stopping by my cousin's house who lived in Atlanta, him and my brother at the time. And Jerry Springer literally came on back. Not only did it come on back to back, but it came on 2 times in the morning, 2 times in the afternoon, and 2 to 3 times at night.
Yeah,
my God.
Yep,
Jerry Springer was all over the place.
Yeah, he was out of order. He was wrong for that. You know, I just want to say one thing. I got to run this back one more time. You know, Kanye West was the best thing that happened to rap, bro. He was the best thing that happened to rap, bro.
New age rap.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, new age rap. Because like I said, back in the day, they was keeping the positive. But that brother gave us hope. That brother came with the positive music. And you know what I'm saying? We have to remember that when we see what that brother going through, because that brother fought to keep that positive music going. They were trying, I bet behind the scenes, they were trying to tell him, man, put them girls in that video, man. Talk about some of this X, bro. Put some of that weed in there, bro.
Yeah.
Where the guns at?
I'm sure they were, but I will have to beg to differ on that statement. And I beg, and I'm a Kanye guy.
Okay,
but I have to beg to differ because from a perspective of Kanye West, he literally, yes, he made some positive music, but in that positive music, he also did some very detrimental things.
Like what, bro?
Because instead of talking about getting your own, creating your own, and so forth, he influenced you to go get the Balenciagas. He influenced you to go get, you know, all his name brand Gucci and Polo and all. Because when he came out, he was rocking the Polos and the Louis Vuittons and all that kind of stuff, you know, with the book bag. So he influenced you to go spend your money with these companies, you know, to give your hard-earned dollars with these companies. He influenced you to go do all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so now, when he got his own stuff, you know, the Yeezys and so forth, he wanted you to go do that too. So now that he don't have any of that type of stuff, now he's telling you, because I just saw he got kicked out of Skechers headquarters building. So now he went from Balenciaga to Skechers. You know what I'm saying? So I fought him for, you know, showcasing all of these Nazi brands and so forth, because Adidas is a Nazi brand, you know what I'm saying? Or founded by Nazis. Let me rephrase that. So Adidas was founded by Nazis. So he took you to the Nazis. They kicked him out the game because he was being anti-Semitic, so they say. And now he's trying to go to Skechers, and now he don't have anything. So now he wants you to back him, or whatever the case is from that perspective. So I Yes, he created.
Man, come on,
yeah,
bro.
he created some good music, but he also took you down the path that you shouldn't have been going down. And not only that, he also went to, and he said in one of once you get your money, you go and run to a white girl. He said that in Gold Diggers.
Yeah, he did.
And he turned around and did the same exact thing he was talking about in Gold Diggers. That, what I'm saying? So come on now. Yeah, he put some good music together. The beats was nasty. But
so tell me one rap artist that was on his level as far as the positivity and get music. Give me one major. 50 Cent. 50 Cent to me was next up. Bro.
No, I can't from a music
Get
standpoint.
Rich or Die Trying was next up, bro.
Well, that's Drake.
Who?
Drake.
No, I'm talking about Get Rich or Die Trying, the album. Well, I ain't talking about the beats. I'm talking about just the message. Window shopper.
I can say Outkast. Was on. I can say
I kept some Outkast.
You know what I'm
but Outkast
because they kept because Dre and Big, after the second album, after the first album, Dre and Big made most of the beats on their albums.
So Speaker Box and The Love Below and all that wasn't really that was good music. That was good music. Don't get me wrong. But that wasn't no
let me say
and
this.
I love that. I love Outkast. That's my people.
Did they not give you some pause for the cause in every album?
They did.
To make you run that thing back and say, you know what did he just say?
No, that was their mission.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. They always gave you some pause for the cause. They gave you some, as you say, some news you can use.
They gave me some news I can use for sure. Yeah. Goody Mob too. Goody Mob, definitely. I can still play that to the day and feel something positive from that. Some good music.
Because that Goody Mob number 4. Yeah. Soul Food number 4.
Yeah, that still can be played right now.
Lord, it's so hard.
But I don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I don't think nobody really. Kanye West. I'm gonna have to give it to him, bro. I'm gonna have to give it to him on the positivity.
Stick with your shot, brothers.
Yeah, I gotta give it to him, bro.
But you know what I'm saying, from a positivity standpoint, you know what I'm saying, because we didn't even talk about Luda. We didn't even talk about.
They more commercial, bro. They ain't really give us nothing we can really hold on to.
But
Scarface now, that.
But 3 Stacks, yeah. I have to give 3 Stacks a big boy.
Yeah, we do. I'm gonna keep them in rotation. Scarface, I'm gonna keep Scarface in rotation.
You got to get that Tribe Called. That Tribe Called Quest. You got to get them their props, man.
That wasn't really nothing I could hold on to. It was good music.
You weren't listening to it then.
It was good music. It was good music, but it wasn't nothing I could be like, get some real instruction from.
But your marching orders, man, if you really wanted something to bite and have some substance, man, from my humble opinion, Stacks and Big, man.
No, they got it. So on the rebound and the closing out, brother, drug dealer music, drug user music, bro. Let me finish this question for you. Let me set this up for you. Drug dealer music, drug user music, brother. From your perspective, which one was more damaging to the culture?
Well, which one was more damaging?
More damaging to the culture, brother.
More damaging, I would literally have to say, from a, if I had to use the more or less, the more than or lesser than sign, I would literally have to say that the answer is pie. Because as I was getting ready to say, I think literally both equally has done and I've said this before, both equally, because hip hop as a whole from, I want to say around 88
Okay.
until, has done nothing from my perspective
Okay.
positively beneficial to the black culture.
Yeah.
Did it make some people rich? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did it give us some stuff that we can nod our hands to and bang out to?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But from a achieving standpoint,
Right.
and from a teaching tool to teach us how to be better people,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
both equally has done nothing but be detrimental to the black culture.
I'm a second that, I'm a second that, it was some artists that stood out, and it was some companies like LaFace Records and, those type of people that really pushed the good look. Of course they was black owned, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that. Both was detrimental, and the drug dealer music, really, really hurt the game, hurt our lifestyles. Even though it broke so many people and broke so many families, because people wanted to ball, and the only way they knew how to ball was to sell drugs. And they were selling drugs to our mamas, to our aunties, to our uncles, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of them not even here today because they was on them drugs, you know what I'm saying? So this drug using music is our kids, you know what I'm saying? And what is their future looking like when they killing their kidneys and messing up themselves and, tearing their bodies up with these drugs, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we got some thinking to do out there, y'all. I want y'all to run this back, you want to say something?
No, I was just gonna comment. They just, puffing and fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the drug habits is through the roof. And the body counts is through the roof.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy. And the social media is the real, like you said, it's the what you put on top
It's
of
the lace.
You know what I'm saying? That's
lacing that
putting it on
thing
top
up.
of it and moving it and getting them higher and higher. You know what I'm saying? So, we want to take this, take this time out to say rest in peace to Takeoff, and all the other people that died in this industry and died in that music. You know what I mean? And let's really take a look at what's going on. Shout out to Kanye, stay strong, brother. Even though he be saying some outlandish stuff, that brother brought some hope to us in a place of, darkness when he put out some of his music. Cause I know, I listened, I was in some sad places at times, and I put some that college dropout, and that represented my life.
Yeah.
I was a college dropout, and that was a real album. You know what I'm saying? And that first 50 Cent was, I remember, man, shedding some tears, man, listen to that 50 Cent, man, it got me through some time. And I don't know if the kids really can say that about the music they got now. You know what I'm saying? Because they listen to the music now and they talking about go and kill yourself.
No albums, man. They ain't got no anthems.
Just go and kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Don't kill yourself, but I'm just saying that's what the music's saying.
Right.
So we gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We're gonna continue to bring y'all, these podcasts and everything. We want y'all to please go ahead and share it, like it, share it, man. Somebody out here need to hear this. I know we was all over the place, but that's what the podcast is about. Share the podcast. We're trying to grow the channel. We want to get some guests on here, but we need to get our numbers up so they can respect us. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. Did you want to say something, cap it off, Mr. Flowers?
Well, I know that Thanksgiving is next Thursday.
Yeah.
Right? And so most of us will be traveling home to or being around our loved ones. Cherish your loved ones.
Yeah.
But while you're sitting having, having your girl talk, your auntie talk, your mama daughter talk, or your son dad talk, or whatever the case is, pop on some on, go on light us up on next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And enjoy it with the fam and see if you guys if we can spark a family conversation with you guys next weekend.
Fact. We're gonna bring something to the table. Hey, until the next time, until Tuesday, y'all check them shorts out. Y'all check Mr. Flowers. We putting up shorts. We trying to make it on this YouTube. So we ain't playing with y'all no more. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and sign out. It's been our pleasure.
2 finger salute.
All right. Hey, till the next time, y'all.